Kingdom soiled.
I'm so not even ready for the stream to be on right now.
Why?
Because I know, goalie. Can people hear you? Can people hear you, goalie?
We should just make it so everybody can hear. Okay. Hitch is gone.
I know everybody should be able to hear goalie, but he talks a lot. Like, you know. Hello, chat. Welcome to the show. And whoever resubbed, I don't know who you were because it just said someone resubscribed while you were away. So I have no idea who they are. Don't press 1 for Optic.
It says
I will ban you forever. No, I'm just joking.
D-Bully subscribed for Dennis, 5 months in a row.
5 months in a row. Thank you, sir.
5 months.
He used to run with me on Black Ops 2. We had a fake team called OC. If you look up on my channel way back in Black Ops 2 days, I actually uploaded videos of us playing. One where I convinced all my teammates to kill themselves round after round. It was pretty fun.
What? I would hate that.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, we left Disciple in a 1v. Oh my gosh. What?
You just noticed that?
What's oh my gosh? Look at that beautiful hair.
Lord Harry down here.
Lord Harry Sharpler.
Winkler. All right. So before we get started with the show, I want to shout out Goalie TV, the best producer on the STiKS, no pun intended. And he's behind the scenes right now. Maybe you'll hear from him later. Who knows? I also want to shout out Smiting Fatty's hair and face. How proper does he look with this nice, clean-shaven face and haircut? I personally would give him a job if he applied. So,
thank you.
If you're watching the show, future Brigham hirer,
employer of mine,
I will write him a recommendation that he is a good caster and commentator. So he should work in your warehouse.
Yeah, I'll be working at a warehouse, $7.25 an hour or whatever minimum is.
I don't want to tell you what minimum wage is in Washington. It's like $2 more than that.
Oh, I don't know what it is now.
We have the highest in the country. Anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should move here. We could do a dual show.
That would be way cool.
That would be tight. And Smiting Wife and Kingdom Wifey can take care of the kids while we're doing whatever we want. Going to lands.
Yeah, right. They would probably team up against us.
Maybe like just start taking relationship advice from you guys.
Hey, I've been married for like 12 years. I mean, I'm successful, I guess. All right. So I also want to shout out Gamma and Scuff. Use the code STiKS for 5% off Scuff. Use the code Kingdom for 10% off Gamma. Also want to shout out our special guest back from the S1 they call playoffs. I call them championships. Whatever. Sharp or Lord Harry that has taken off his wig that he was wearing.
My hairy mullet has been shaved.
His hairy mullet was very. Where are you at, actually, Sharp?
I'm at my parents' house right now.
Oh, okay. Because I've seen you do videos from there before.
Is
that where you used to live?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because what is the thing in the background? Is that like a bedpost?
Yeah, man. 4-post bed.
That's your bed.
Hell yeah.
Personal bed has 4 bedposts on it.
Yeah.
I'm very.
Do you like hang the sheet like the princess stuff? You know. I don't know.
Like an awning or something.
Those forts.
I mean, I had a 4-post bed like when I first got married, but then the post actually became annoying. I'd run into them and stuff, and so
you're all thunk.
Oh. I don't have that issue, but
well, that's good. That's good. It doesn't really. It's all about looks. It doesn't do anything for the bed, in my opinion. Like, you're not gonna wake up and grab the pole and pull yourself.
Hey, I mean, at the TK house, I had a mattress laying on the floor, so this shit is my mom's doing.
Good job, mom of Sharp. All right, so we're gonna go around and introduce ourselves. Oh, somebody subscribed. I don't know who it is.
It was Crush.
Thank you, Crush.
Crush Sniper.
Subscribing
to the
channel, part of the STiKS fam. Put some Hitch faces in the chat for Crush.
Kingdom Fro.
Kingdom Fro.
Tag.
Yeah, if you're a subscriber. All right, so you're going to say your name, affiliation, and I know this is a hard one, but if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? I'm going to start with our special guest, Sharp. And then you've been on the show too many times. I have
a curveball.
He's like, I'm going to start.
You've been on the show too many times. Like you're like a resident now. So I always start with Fatty or Hitch, but I'm changing things. So I'm gonna go Sharp, Hitch, Fatty, and then myself. So your name, affiliations in the gaming community, and then if you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be?
All right. Well, I'm Sharp, or Brandon. Brandon Sharp. I'm captain of Team Caliber, professional Call of Duty team. If I could change one thing about myself, it'd probably be the amount of mass I take up on the earth.
Oh
So
my god.
Would you go for more or less mass? No.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah, less mass.
That was
Less
the best
mass.
way to say that.
Just the amount. I would just change the amount in general.
That was the best way.
It becomes less rounded.
Oh, all right, Fatty, you're up. Or Hitch, whoever I said.
Check it. What's up, guys? It's Hitch here. But you can call me. I don't know. I didn't think of one. Sorry.
Do it anyway.
Oh, you always do that. And you didn't
All right. I
Aren't you
can't-
a freestyle rapper? Come on, think about something on the fly. You can do it. I believe in you. Nothing? All right. Hitch
I am
has-
a content creator for Optic Intel.
Oh boy.
And what would you change about yourself?
If I could change one thing about myself, it would be to focus. Because I am just the worst at focusing.
You should buy
So-
some G Fuel. Use the code Sharp.
Oh,
Oh,
I can't disagree. with that.
I lobbed that one up. Lobbed that one up for you.
All right, Fatty, you're up.
All right, my name is Brigham Kindell, aka the artist formerly known as Smiting Fatty. Let's see. If I could change one thing about myself, it would be my height and my arm proportion, because I have T-Rex arms. I have to bend over to scratch myself, So it's I'd change that.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I'm probably I'm gonna end up being all meaningful and say something that's is Benson in here? Is that why somebody's shouting out Benbow? I'm gonna say something that's that's gonna be meaningful and make people cry. So all right. My name is Kingdom Soldier and I do a lot of stuff. You guys know most of it. I recently started a series on my channel that I really like, and thank you guys for liking it as well. It allows me to upload more often. And you can go ahead and use the code SHARP. I know there's plenty of people that use the code Kingdom, so you can use the code SHARP. Just get some gamma. Trust me, it'll help you focus. If I could change anything about myself, I would be white. No, I'm just joking.
That's racist.
How's that racist?
Wow.
The
No one
chat's
took me
gonna-
by
Wait, I
surprise.
can't
What's
wait to
just
see what the
happening?
chat is.
Oh.
All right. If I could change anything
Shoot.
about myself, I would be younger, 10 years younger, but
Oh,
still doing what I'm doing. Because if I was 21, 22 right now, and I was in gaming like I am, I'd be traveling. I'd go to all the lands. Oh, the chat is going crazy. I'd go to all the lands, and I'd get to just be, I guess, a bigger part of the community. I'd get to spend more time making my videos, all that kind of stuff. Love my kids, love my wife, and they don't necessarily get in the way of gaming. It's a joy for them to get in the way. But yeah, I would make myself younger if I could, and but still be the same person. All right, so to quickly recap the event, Optic Denial and TK were top 3. I applaud myself, pat myself on the back, because I put TK in the top 3 and most people didn't, which they just didn't believe. You just got to believe TK all day. Just got to believe it. But a lot of people didn't believe in TK. It happens a lot. I think it's because, to be honest, to tell you Sharp, I think it's just because people want to see you guys win some events, and I think they're just well, since I haven't seen them win, I'm gonna put them at the bottom. I don't understand it. You guys
I'm with those people. I would honestly love to see us win some events. It would be a good time.
That would be great. To see you hold up an MLG trophy would be, especially because of how long you've been playing. To me, that would be dope. That would be legit. I would love to see that. maybe you could hold up an Activision trophy that comes with a ring. You know,
Maybe.
I think that would be pretty cool. So basically, I want to ask you, Sharp, because you're the only one here right now that went to the event. Sorry, Hitch, no hard feelings. But what what was the venue like? And I know they did this different thing, and you can probably explain it with this whole guest deal that you guys had with the teams and how many people you were allowed to bring and stuff like that. But what was the event like, and having it with all the people that were there and stuff like that?
It was because I'd never been to the MLG studios. We didn't go to the last playoffs, so it was nice. You know, going there. It was like kind of like it was hard to find. So a lot of the fans, I had people tweeting me asking for the address because they couldn't find the place. It was kind of like in like an office building. But other than that, it was pretty chill. You know, there wasn't too many people in there. There was plenty of warm up stations. And I mean, I guess the only complaint you could say was there was no soundproof booths. But that really wasn't an issue because for me personally, because the headsets the soundproof headsets that you had to use you could use it for a microphone, so you didn't have to wear the headset around the neck. So
was it actually soundproof?
It was pretty nice. Pardon?
Was it actually soundproof? Could you actually hear nothing?
I could hear deathly, and I could hear there was one optic fan that kept going, yeah. I kept hearing that guy. And that's like all I could hear.
So you could not hear the other team.
No, you couldn't.
Or the casters.
It went like the way it was set up. It was like other team, casters, other team. So like you were pretty spread apart, so you couldn't hear the other team yelling. I mean, I played against Clayster, and I didn't hear him yelling. And you couldn't hear the casters. You could hear the casters in between games, but you couldn't hear them in like Search and Destroy. You couldn't hear them while you were playing like an uplink or domination. And if you could, it was like really faint. You couldn't hear what they were saying.
Why do you have a Wii controller in your hand?
He's playing.
Actually, this is some hot intel. I'm actually practicing for COD Champs. I don't know. They haven't told anyone, so this is actually secretly leaked. COD Champs is actually going to be on the Wii. So.
It's going to be in the Wii or Wii U?
No, it's going on the Wii, not Wii U.
Oh, so they're going old school with it.
Yeah, it's a throwback event, actually.
Prim is still going to break his nunchucks trying to boost around corners.
Now, did he actually break his controller, like his scuff or something, or what happened? Because I heard
I don't know.
dash right.
I don't know what the deal with that was.
Yeah, he couldn't dash right. That's what he said.
That's awkward. I do want to give a shout out to, let me get this name right, Finger Pistols for a flawless bracket on Codpedia.
What?
Flawless.
No way.
He actually even got the extra point for getting the winning match right, so he had 29 out of 28 points.
Holy
flawless,
cow.
completely. If you have a Twitter
stupid
and you happen to be watching the show, let us know. We'll shout you out. But yeah, that was I was like, holy crap.
Yeah,
like every single match. FaZe screwed up my bracket. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but if I would have switched them in denial, I pretty much would have had a perfect bracket. Do you think before we move on, Sharp, do you think that you could have more than 8 teams playing in that venue? Or is it gonna be, you think it'll be restricted to 8-team invitationals?
I mean, I guess we're gonna find out because regionals is gonna be there, so we're gonna have
regionals for champs.
Yeah,
is in that MLG studio.
Yeah, that like what you were talking about with the amount of guests that you can have is regionals isn't open to the public, so no fans can go. But I think each team is allowed 2 guests, and like so, if Kozdov was to come, and Deathly was to come, that would be considered our 2 guests.
Well, I think for champs you have 4, but for regionals you're right, you have 2.
Yeah.
And so a team that normally brings like their e-girl with them won't be able to probably.
Thank God.
That'd be TK.
Yeah, nobody will be punching window frames and being injured for the rest of the time.
Dang, man.
Hey, I mean,
you're reckless right now. You need to simmer down.
Shimmer down.
Hey, I'm just telling the truth.
The least outside distractions for my team possible. I'm a happy guy. Go to the event, win some money, take your girl to Bora Bora. So I'm fine with that. Take a week off. Send me some Instagram pics, Snapchat. That's fine. But
don't do it at the event.
Yeah, I don't like having distracted teammates. It irks me.
No, I feel
I
you.
understand that.
I can imagine that it's got to be bad. Well, let me not. Hitch told me to calm down, so I'm not gonna
Yeah, you
say
need to call. Oh, man.
what I was gonna say.
You started off the whole show
all right.
racist. There's no telling what else.
Moving on to top players. I'll start with Fatty. Who would you say was your MVP of the event?
Oh goodness! From what I saw, I really thought that Formal did really well. He was dropping some impressive numbers on respawn games and doing awfully well from what I caught.
So you said formal.
Yeah.
All right, Hitch.
I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna do one for the winning team, which would also be formal. He went insane the entire tournament. It was always top of the kill death ratio. Like after Friday, he like maintained top of kill death. And then one person that wasn't on the winning team, I think Looney played his played out of his mind this entire weekend.
Mm-hmm.
He only went negative one time the whole weekend. So
Wow.
I believe, yeah. So. And he was also like he got like 10 caps in uplink one time on the last uplink, the comeback uplink versus Envious. So yeah, Looney like went insane the whole weekend.
Sharp MVP for your team, and then MVP that's not on TK.
MVP for my team.
Sharp.
I'm gonna go a different route. I'm gonna say Gunjar because Gunjar had been struggling online, and a lot of people doubted him. And I think Gunjar had a really good event.
Awesome.
Makes sense.
Not on my team. I'm gonna go with Scumpy because if you watch our series, you know the Detroit Hardpoint, Scumpy pretty much won them that map. And I think if they didn't win that map, it could have been a completely different story.
I couldn't believe what you guys were doing to Krim. I mean, at one point he was like 4-12 or 4-14, something like that. Yeah. You guys just totally shut him down for the first, I don't know, more than half of that map.
Yeah.
Now you play the same when you play Optic, right? You just play your game.
Yeah.
Or do you play against their game?
No, we just play our game.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I think. That's one of the things that helped you guys be successful against them. Almost beating.
Almost.
I was so close. I would have to say Scump as well. I think just the not only the stats, but he just was consistently the best. He was number one for most game types online, and then came to the LAN and did the exact same thing. And some of the stats for him, like I think 1.45 was his hardpoint KD. Like that's ridiculous. And so I just think Scump had the best weekend out of everybody else. And we'll go over some stats pretty soon. So this is a hard question, and so I'll let anybody start. But who do you think underperformed the most at the event?
Put him on the spot.
Now you can say player or team.
Player or team.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, player-wise, I would have to go with the obvious STiKS.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I think STiKS, he had like a 0.8 KD.
Yeah. On the last day, he had like a point.
Didn't have an STiKS event. I mean, you compare STiKS from last year to that event. It's an obvious, STiKS didn't have a good event.
Yeah, I agree.
Team-wise, I would say underperformed. I mean, you could go with Envy. Envy didn't, but I can't really say that because my team beat Envy, so I can't really say they underperformed because, if they beat us, then I'd be sitting here saying we underperformed.
Yeah.
But do you think they should have beat FaZe though?
I think they should have beat FaZe.
Yeah, see, so that's where I would say Envy as well because they really should have beat FaZe.
They should have beat us.
Well,
to be honest.
That's what everybody. To be honest, like the one thing I got roasted for the most. Number one was me saying Envy was going to beat Denial. People just thought I was stupid, which actually happened. And number two was me saying TK was going to beat Envy, which people said I was stupid for. I said TK and Optic would be in the winners finals. They were. But the way that they got there, a lot of people disagreed with me on it. I think, I don't know. I don't, in my personal opinion, the FaZe team practiced should beat a team Envious, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Well, Ben in the chat saying he disagrees because Envy doesn't have chemistry. But, I mean, FaZe doesn't really have that much chemistry as well.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the team that really should have won.
I didn't realize there was so much Zuma hate in the community.
Why?
People weren't.
His haircut?
Oh.
Dude, how am I the tame one today? How am I the one that's like...
Because you've been making all this content this weekend. You'd be back from an event right now and you'd just be all over the place. But
yeah, I'm just dead.
Yeah,
I'm so dead.
You've been banging out content and you're just like, I don't want to say anything bad. But yeah, what is the Zuma hate about?
I don't know. I saw a Reddit post on the subreddit, and it's just like, well, apparently he salty tweeted after they lost. He said something like, oh, what did he say? Something about like, they got the better end of the trade, talking about the denial Indy trade. Yeah, so like he kind of like salty tweeted about that.
Wait, they got the better. Who got the better end of the trade?
He's saying denial got the better end of the trade.
How did they?
There was something when Envy beat denial. There was like a hashtag like who won the trade or something.
Yeah.
When Envy got knocked out, Robbie CEO tweeted out who won the trade with like a question mark. You know, kind of trying to throw a jab.
Dude.
And then Nameless hit him with a tweet. I mean, I don't know if Nameless deleted the tweet, but he was referring to the Lisa Marie girl that. People are very fond of sliding in her DMs.
She won the trade.
It was a pretty interesting time on Twitter.
Oh, I missed all of that.
Welcome to the show, Hitch.
God,
So, in your guys' opinion, does anybody else want to answer the question about underperforming as far as an individual? I think Merck did, but he said it. You know, he literally said it was one of his worst events. He didn't do very well. He let his team down. Blah 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 blah. He was very open about it, and so I think Envy is a team where there's a couple of teams like where if a player underperforms, they can still do good. Like people are actually talking about you guys, Sharp, that there were games or something. Who was it? I think it was Goalie was talking about how there was your guys' overall KDs. There's teams that actually got knocked out earlier than you that have better overall KDs, but you guys just know how to win. Like you play the game right, and so I I think and even if you count that uplink, but I think that Merck, you know, he underperformed, and Envy's not a team where someone can really miss the bar by that much and then be successful. There's teams that can do it, but I don't think Envy is that type of a roster right now. Maybe they'll get there. That's just my opinion. All right. Last question about players is who exceeded expectations? Was there anybody that basically played better or a team that played better than expected, in your guys' opinion?
I'd say Aware.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Accuracy had a really good event. A lot of people as far as like the pro players go in eights, a lot of people give Accuracy a lot of crap for how he plays, and I think he stepped up this event and played a lot better, and the whole Aware team played a lot better.
Give him crap for being bad or being a warrior?
Give him crap for being bad because he had like a .77 KD some event.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's bad.
But he played good this event from what I saw.
Did anybody expect? Did any of you guys? Was anybody looking for Denial to not do as well as they did, besides me, or was I the only one?
I had Denial beating Sharp's team actually and going up against Optic Gaming.
That's crazy.
And then sorry, it's just you know how it is. Every time I say TK is going to get go all the way, they don't do well, and then I say TK is going to get put out in the first like 2 rounds, they go all the way. So it's.
Just keep.
I have to keep voting against TK for them to do good. I do. That's why I had to vote him. Exactly. Because every time I say you guys are going to do good, you guys fall a little short. And
I'm going to tweet out TK hashtag TK sometimes. Quote, fighting fatty.
TK some days.
Or bring him Kindle. TK some
TK someday. No, I thought Denial was going to do well. And actually, like, I had Envious doing the run that Denial ended up doing.
Really?
So yeah. So if you would have flipped Denial and Envy, that's exactly.
You had Envy
Exactly
going all the
how-
way to the finals, the grand finals?
Yeah, I did actually.
You had Envy beating TK in the losers finals?
Yeah, so did I.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man. That's I think, well, I don't know. It was just I'm not confident in this Envious team. It's the same place I was. I think it was somewhere in the middle of Ghost or I'm just the roster. There's something missing there. There's something, but I felt the same way about Denial, and they did a lot better than I expected. Everybody else was like, "Oh yeah, they're gonna do great." I didn't expect it to happen, so I guess they did a good job. All right, before we go to commercial break, there's some interesting stats that I wanted to share. Optic Gaming outslayed
Where are you getting these stats from?
COD_stats. You thought it was the other guys. It's just like, oh crap.
We'll play favorites. some BS.
They DM'd me. I mean, what do you want me to do? I did get some stats though from your video that you put up yesterday. That was done by the other guys. So OG outslayed by an average of 25.5 kills. They outslayed their opponents. If every hardpoint went to 10 minutes, Scump averaged 46 kills, Formal 42, and Clay 40. I was really impressed with Clayster this weekend. I think he did a great job and helped Denial get as far as they did. Formal was positive in every game mode. He was the only person to do that. And then on Championship Sunday, Scump had a 1.29 kill-death ratio. When we come back from the commercial, we're going to talk about some memorable moments of the tournament, what happened. We're going to do relegation tournament predictions that starts tomorrow. And then we're going to get to questions from Twitter, and we're all going to put on mullets somehow. We're all going to have mullets on. And you guys are going to get to see that. And Fatty is going to grow his beard back in 30 seconds, I promise. We'll see you guys on the other side of the commercial break. Peace. Fast. Like, why are we back so fast? I heard you. Why are we at 1,700 viewers after a commercial break? Why did we jump 300 viewers during a commercial?
Because people love commercials.
Are the commercials better than our content?
Let's just run commercials.
Let's just, an hour long of.
I'll give you my PayPal.
60-second commercials. I like it.
And then
you give me your PayPal.
Yeah,
they can just send it to us.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
For the commercial revenue.
All right, so now we dropped like 2.
Oh, here's my beard.
We're back live. This makes no sense. All right, so for Sharp, especially because you were there and you can kind of talk about it, but then also Hitch, I know you watched. Did you watch all of the event?
The whole weekend.
Wow, awesome. Did you watch more than you would if you were there? Like,
yeah. Without a doubt. I watched more on Friday than I would at a normal event.
Wow,
that's just because I had to.
Yeah, gotta do that work. So, what were your most memorable moments of the tournament?
Sharpisa?
To me or Hitch?
You guys can rock, paper, scissors, or one of you can just go first.
Wait, what?
Rock, paper, scissors.
Lizard Spock.
What the?
You guys haven't watched The Big Bang Theory? Rock, paper, scissors, lizard, Spock.
Oh yeah, all right. I was
Yeah.
like,
All right, I'll go.
oh, all right.
Oh,
The scissors beat scissors. Yeah, you go. You go on ahead.
So I just said Hitch needs sunlight. Oh, that's Benson. All right, man. All right, fish and chips over here.
Ooh.
Sorry, I don't know. That's like my go-to British thing.
He
All
said,
right,
go grab a crumpet and be quiet. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
So I actually have top 10 plays right here, but we're gonna save that for an upload coming to you in a YouTube channel near you. But anyway, probably like the most interesting, the 2 series that like really had me on edge, I guess, was TK versus Optic. Definitely the best series of the whole entire tournament. And then also TK versus Envious was really, really good too. So I guess y'all are just entertaining.
Yeah, we like to put on a show, you know.
I'm sure you like the TK Envy one a little bit more.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely a better outcome in that series. So, I definitely the Envy one was the better one of the two. I mean, from a player being in that series, it was. But I think as a fan watching, I think us versus Optic, which for some reason every time we play Optic, X Games, the last Columbus, we usually go last map. It's usually a good show, I guess you could say. There were a couple times we played them in Ghost that we didn't go last map, but for some reason every time we play Optic, it's usually a good match. We never get blown up by them. We never blow them out.
Now that would have been interesting though if you did 3-0 them.
Benson wants to know.
Benson
wants you to tell round 11, your round 11 story.
Round 11. Basically, it goes a little something like, we have defense. We thought we were going to have offense. We were trying to calculate the score, and we thought we had offense, and ended up we were on defense. We're like, oh, let's go. Defense is a favorable side. We spawn up, do our regular thing. I go B like I normally go and just kind of hang out over there. And then the next thing I know is just a lot of gunfire in my ears, and Looney saying, "Oh my God, I just shit on Nate shot," and he got first blood. I think I don't know the story. I don't know what the stream was on, but he told me they turned on him. And then the emotions going through me was like, "Oh my God, we're about to win this." He got first blood, and then I started rotating over because I saw the rest of the red dots. I started rotating over to help them in the middle of the map because at this point we knew it was an all-out mid-rush by Optic. And by the time I got on top of that building, it was dead silent. And in the kill feed, I just saw 3 of my teammates dead. And at that point, I fell down in the corner, and I'm sitting there hard aiming, and I died from, I don't even know.
Yeah, I think you died from above.
Yeah. So I mean, a lot of people ask us how come we didn't watch mid. I guess every time they rush B, they won the round. And so we were kind of expecting we were either expecting an all-out B rush because it was working for them, or we were expecting an all-out A rush because they hadn't done that. In times that we played them before, they'd done an all-out A rush. So Gunjar actually went A street to watch A. He's our normal guy that watches mid. So the mid was open. And then also Theory and Gunjar admitted later on after the game that they kind of hesitated on a flank, that they were both going to flank bottom glass and mid cut, which probably would have resulted in them flanking them and killing all of them. But they hesitated on that, and it was just
Well, it's round 11 to go to the grand finals of the tournament. I think hesitation is one of those things that as a human being you have to it's hard to go against it, it's like you don't want to be the one that tried to flank and then got killed, that's hard. That's a hard call. I think I watched the play and I felt bad for you at the end. I was like 3v1 Sharp stuck in a corner. It
wasn't good.
Yeah, it was if you would have somehow pulled that off, it would have been one of the best moments of any tournament. If you would have been in a corner and then slayed out, I don't know how that would have happened. But hey, with exo abilities, you could be up 2 stories within a few seconds.
It was possible. Everything just happened so quick. By the time I could register the fact that I was in a 1v3 in some awful corner, it was like I was already dead before I could even move.
Yeah.
What is that? What are those moments like? Do you normally go off instinct, or do you actually try to think for a moment before you make a move when you're in a 1v3?
If I'm in a 1v3, I usually try to get to a safer spot. That's why I was on top of the building. That's why I fell down into that corner, because I was on top of the building just out in the open, and it was a 1v3. And I didn't want to be up there to where they're all jumping around, looking for me, and I might be able to kill one, but the other 2 are going to attack me immediately. So what I wanted to do is fall down into the corner and then maybe try to catch one off guard and then dash away into a building.
Yeah,
and make it a 1v2 with maybe being able to do something, but I fell down the corner and they just killed me instantly, and it was
that was
depression after that.
It was definitely. The Envy series was great, and the Uplink, of course, was amazing. Looney went off, and then the Optic series was the most memorable series of the event. You were the only team to take 2 maps off of Optic for the whole event. They actually only lost 3 maps, so 2 of them were lost to TK. So you guys did a good job. What does TK do? You just said you guys consistently have found a way to compete with them. what do you do that makes them, look human, so to speak? Because everybody is like seeing Optic in. I know I hate saying it because people flame me when I say it, but they're in company right now of teams. I'll just say that have won back to back to back to back to back tournaments.
Yeah.
People see them in that manner because of their online presence, and their LAN presence is pretty hard to compete with. What do you guys do that, what do you do better than other teams, or what do you do differently that helps you to do so well against them, in your opinion?
I mean, I would say our search game, but we didn't win a search against them. I mean, I think we have like the Karate Kid like aspect, like we're kind of like underdog, we're going up against the whatever dojo, they're doing flying crane kicks, and we're over here with a limp foot. I think a lot of teams we play underestimate us.
Yeah.
So I think that's a big factor in a lot of what we do, and also we're kind of like you said, if you look at the stats, we don't really have like top KDs on the team. Now that if we did have like a really good KD on the team, we might be able to win some more respawns. But we're kind of more like based on, anyone can do anything at a time. We don't have a certain player who's going to play the hill. We don't have a certain player who's going to grab the uplink. We don't have a certain player who's going to grab the flag. It's kind of like,
wow.
If you're in that position, you pick up that position.
That's interesting, because when STiKS was on the STiKS, I asked him about their team, about FaZe, because I think they had just won Columbus. And he said that they're very particular. So they always have he as a player has always, when he's on a team, they're very they were particular to the point of the first person to grab the flag would be this person, the next person would be this person, and you've heard the arguments with him and Parasite when he's telling Parasite he's the main guy to get on the hill. Parasite's like, that's stupid. Whoever's closest should get on the hill. And STiKS is like, no, that's your role. If you don't want to do it, go get another team. And so it's interesting that you guys have the almost opposite philosophy of, if you spawn up and you're closest to the hill, or we need someone to overextend. Don't try to play, I'm going to play mid and, sit at, the wall and wait to, slay people out in pool. Like, I think that it's interesting because you guys have seen the most success against Optic, but you have a viewpoint where it's like every person can do every role. Like, if it's your turn, just do it. So I think that's cool. That's an interesting way to play it. I hate to ask this question, but did the Optic Gaming loss affect your team against Denial, or was it just Denial beat you?
I mean, I would say that it did a little bit. I think what affected us more in that series was we just lost Optic that close to being in grand finals, and then we lost the hard point by seconds. Like it was that close. And that after that hard point, it's just like, come on, like can we win?
Yeah, that's hard. Well, did it change? Does your guys' call outs change when the mood switches like that? Does it like?
I mean, I get it probably does. In the moment you can't really tell, but if they were to do a listen-in with us when we were, coming back against Envy, and compared to when we were playing the uplink comeback against Denial, it was probably you could definitely hear a tone and voice difference.
Oh, okay.
More, you're more amped up, you're more like hyped, and then to that point we were down 0-2 in the series, and it was just like, shit.
Yeah,
we have better tonight.
That's rough. It's rough.
Yeah.
So, what was your most memorable moment off the STiKS at the tournament that you can actually tell us?
The most memorable moment at the tournament off the STiKS.
Go ahead.
There's like mullet hair in my hair. A wig fell apart in my hair. I got strands of mullet on me. Let's see.
Did you watch any of the? Do you guys normally watch any of the other matches, or do you just go to the pro lounge or something when other teams are playing?
The pro lounge had the stream up, but there was a lot of people in the pro lounge. It wasn't like a lot of sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
So me and Gunjar actually spent most of our time 1v1 playing 1v1 hard points on like the side station.
Did that actually help?
No, I mean it helps you get warmed up. The spawns are different, so you don't like get used to spawns and stuff. But it just helps you get warmed up, and it's something to do to
For
pass
fun,
time.
yeah. Otherwise, you're just sitting there.
So who
Yeah.
won most of them?
I'd say it was split pretty even. We each have our maps. Goonjar's not good at Biolab 1v1 hardpoint, and Detroit we kind of split pretty even, and I think he usually won the retreat, not Detroit, retreat.
Detroit.
Do you ever get to 250 playing that?
Nah, it usually doesn't go 250.
Yeah, I would.
Actually, sometimes it does. If you're absolutely destroying someone, it's going 250. But most of the time, the time runs out.
Huh. All right, we're going to do these relegation. I don't know how to say this. Predictions real fast before we'll do one last commercial and then we'll go straight to questions from Twitter for you guys to end the show out. So we did this before, so I'm just gonna hit up you, Sharp, because
He's gonna hit on you straight on stream, dude.
Wow.
we need
Can
to edit
you
that out.
take it?
My wife can't see that. Edit it out. I don't want her to grow a mullet or anything, thinking, you know. All right, so relegation predictions. So real quick, Sharp, if you could pick 4 of the 8 teams I'm about to name that you think will be in the season 2. Justice Pro, and I have no idea who's on the roster.
Yeah, who's
AR, Elevate, Optic Nation. I really don't know who's on their roster either. Revenge, ISO, Resurrection, and Echo.
Okay.
I'm getting severe.
What's up, guys? It's Hitch here, but you can call me WTF just happened, and we are bringing it back, but there is no kingdom.
His internet died.
Yeah, someone came in and stole his computer and tossed it out the window. And then the thing is Fatty or Kendall, Brigham,
He doesn't know
whoever
my name.
you are. I just don't know what you're going by. He is.
I don't know what I'm going by.
He is here, but he cannot see anybody in his
Yeah.
Skype. And
Well,
then
it's been like that the whole time. So
I
I've
can
been dealing
see
with-
I can see Sharp, but Goalie can't see Sharp. So Sharp is just a spinning circle right now. So we are just
Hey, he reduced his mass.
what?
He reduced his mass.
You're just a mess. Okay, so let's get right into these relegation tournament predictions. So the teams are. I'm loading up the document right now.
I can tell you it's Justice, AR, Elevate, Optic Nation, Revenge, ISO, Resurrection. I can't enunciate, and Echo.
All right. So who do you think? If you could pick a top 4 out of that, because only 4 make it in. Sharp, since you know the players on the teams, and since you kind of like scrim some of them, what 4 teams do you think are going to make it into season 2?
I'm gonna say Optic Nation, AR, Team Revenge, and I'm gonna say Justice.
Justice.
I think you're gonna see 3 teams return from the old season, and then Team Revenge is gonna come in, take Elevate's spot.
So you
Do you
think,
think this next season? Sorry, go ahead.
so Revenge has been doing pretty well? Do y'all scrim them at all? Do
No,
you
we're
play them in
scrimmed them.
tournaments?
I just see a lot of complaining about them on Twitter.
I guess that's a good thing.
involving warriorness. So I mean that plays in a factor. I know like as far as online goes, like Justice has a pretty good online team. I know with like TCM and Methods in them. And then AR is going to depend on where they are. If they're in the AR house, are they still in that house or no?
I don't think so. I have no idea though.
If they're
I
still in
don't
the
either.
AR house, I would say they're definitely going to make it in. If not, then they could be questionable. But I think Optic Nation, with making their new team with Killa and Miracles and Karma and TP, I think they're just gonna have better feelings when they're playing. You know, I think all those players get along with each other. I think it'll make them play better.
Has your team? Sorry. Has your team played them at all yet? Those 4?
Yeah, we played
rings?
Optic Nation. We played. I think we lost to them in I want to say it was either a 2K or 5K.
Okay.
We beat them on Detroit Hardpoint, and Damon referred to us as 4 Pac-Mans running around. I don't know what that was supposed to mean because we beat them. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a compliment to Pac-Man or like a diss to Pac-Man, but we won the map and he called us 4 Pac-Man, so I didn't understand the diss there.
Jeez. All right. Yeah, let's go. Let's throw it over to questions from Twitter. My computer can't handle. Yeah, so. Yeah.
All right, hold on. I gotta figure out how to do this. Control and click. Yes. All right. The first one comes from our buddy Jacob Blotty. It is, what was the mindset during the uplink versus envy? So, what was your mindset?
The mindset. Well, a lot of people would assume that once we went down 14-6 and we had like 3 minutes left, that we were pretty much throwing in the towel. But honestly, I didn't know we only had 3 minutes left until the game was over and we rewatched it, because never in the moment. I don't think anyone on our team ever had the thought of like we're already out of this match. We just kept playing. Got a point, and it soon turned into like where it was like a 1 possession game, and it's like, holy shit, like we can tie this game and take it to OT. And then the overtime was just nerve wracking, because taking an uplink comeback overtime where you play the whole side and no one scores is just like something that you don't hear about.
Right.
Like, there were so many missed throws, so many clutch ups from both teams under the point to where someone could have grabbed the ball and jumped it in. So it was pretty nerve wracking playing the overtime, and then I guess after we won the match, obviously it was a good time. I think it was a good momentum swing going into the last map.
All right, next one comes from Big Pork Nation, and is, after this weekend, what do you guys think is your strength and weakness, talking about maps and game modes?
After this weekend, I think our strength, I'd say we're a pretty good search and destroy team. The only team, I think we only lost 3 search and destroys. I mean, granted, 2 of them were against Optic, so I mean there is that. But one of them was closed. One of the last map last round. We're a pretty good search and destroy team. We're good at uplink, and I think our biggest weakness is hardpoint. I think we only won 1 hardpoint the whole weekend. That was to Prophecy.
All right.
Alrighty. Now going down to our STiKS family member, Crush Sniper. Make sure you guys follow him. It's at Crush Sniper. What is the most important thing for TK to work on as a team to get ready for champs?
Most important thing for us to work on, I would say, some different situations in search and destroy, and then like I said, hardpoint. Our biggest problem in hardpoint, I would say, is rotations and knowing the cut. I think we have too many people watching the same cut, and we leave a lot of gaps. I would say that's something that we need to work on.
All right, this one comes from Top Boy Magic with 2 I's and a K and a J. It's cute. If you could travel backwards or forwards in time, not both, where would you go and why?
That's a hard question. I don't think I would travel forward in time, because the future, who wants to miss like what's going to happen leading up to the future? I could go to the future and humans are enslaved. Like, I ain't trying to go to that shit. I would if I could travel to a different time, I would probably go to the past. Probably right around when I first started gaming. I think there'd be like some things that I would do different, some things that I would change. with what I like, how like especially a lot of things to do with my YouTube channel. I don't think I would have left Rambo and Big Timer after COD Champs. I think I would have changed that. So different things there.
Would you like go back and send yourself a message? Be like, hey, Brandon, don't do this.
Yeah, I think I would like write.
Okay.
It would kind of be like if you've seen Interstellar. I feel like I'd be like pushing books through walls and writing notes like saying, "Hey, don't do this. Bad mistake. That's a mistake. Don't do it." But I don't know.
All right. It looks like we got Kingdom back. What's up?
Yeah, I think I got hit offline. This is stupid.
Oh,
That is just
it
ridiculous.
happens. It's
And I was hosting the call, and it killed everything on my computer. Like, it took forever for me to try to get. I had to close Skype completely and close.
Hey,
the
that's how
internet.
you know you made it, though. You
I was
get
gonna say,
DDoS.
That's when you play
that's
that
a
Drake
big
song.
deal.
We made it.
Play it.
I got hit off. Yes.
Well, it's pretty frustrating when it's like in the middle of the show. Like, I think we had 1,700 viewers at the time. You know, just.
Well, they're not gonna DDoS you when you're asleep, like, or when
I
you're
wish
not
they
doing
would.
anything.
When I was playing like Forza at 1 a.m. with 20 viewers, like that'd be great. It's kind of frustrating in the middle of the show. But go ahead. You can keep posting questions from Twitter, Patty. I'll just throw in my 2 cents.
Alrighty. This one comes from Arsenal_CM. In your opinions, who is the best player in the game following season 1? So that's for everybody. So we'll start with, let's go with Hitch first.
The what? The best player in
Best-
season 1?
Yep. Following season 1.
Player in season
best
1. I'd say it's. I'm gonna pull a fatty. Watch this. Hold on. Let me get into character. The best player in season 1. I'm not gonna say this just because he's on the show today, but I think that Sharp TK is probably like the best player out of season 1. You know, it's not. I'm just saying that.
I don't know what Kingdom's
I hate
doing.
you.
He's throwing up like gang signs. But
I can't see what he's doing.
SCU
yeah,
and P.
Scum.
I'm gonna go with Scum. I'm gonna agree with Kingdom on that one.
Okay, can I ask you a question, Sharp?
Yeah.
Would I be wrong to say Scump is the most consistent player that's been playing the game as long as he has? Well, I'll say this. Consistently at his level, because you've been really consistent. You've actually improved. And I think, but is Scump the most consistent top slayer that's been in the game as long as he has, since like Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Because, I mean,
What
you
about
can talk about Krim and Aches, but they haven't been around as long. Like, well, Aches has, but he kind of died off in the last couple of events. But I think Krim hasn't been around as long as Scump. He will. Formal, you give him 2 years, he's going to be hecka consistent. But Krim is going to probably end up passing Aches this year. People will say he's the best player ever, blah, blah, blah. Unless Aches can figure out a way to play the game when it's not in a tournament and then win one. I'm a fanboy. Thanks a lot. Macule, Hut, Hudel, whatever your name is. All right, next question. I'd say Scump. I don't know who didn't answer yet.
I didn't. I was gonna say Scump, but no, Sharp. Honestly, Brandon, you've like super shocked me on how well you slay in this game. I don't know why. What is it about this game that you like? Like, why are you so good at this game?
I don't know. I guess I know I know spawns. I guess you could say like hardpoint. You know, it's not like domination. I mean, Ghost. I wouldn't say I didn't know the spawns, but my team had a big problem with being trapped in those spawns, and it's kind of hard to get kills out of that. So, like, I don't know. I would just say like Black Ops 2. Like I was pretty good at Black Ops 2. I would say. And that's kind of with the same thing, like hardpoint. Like I really knew hardpoint. I knew where everyone was going to be coming from. I knew where on the rotations where to look, and all that stuff. And I would say the same for AW. Did everyone just freeze for me? What's going on?
So would you say it's the game types?
Oh, all right, never mind. Pardon, what?
Would you say it's the game types then that lead to your success in this game because they're more similar to Black Ops 2 than Ghost? Because domination and Blitz were, completely out of nowhere.
I didn't like Blitz. Blitz, I found it stupid that there's a game type where you get rewarded for hiding and not killing someone. I never really liked Blitz. Domination, my biggest problem with Domination, I think, would just be that it was just so one dimensional. Like it was like you're gonna spawn here unless like the game just messes up and spawns you all the way over here. But like on Freight, you would just get trapped in Freight, and you were just trapped. On Hardpoint, the location's always moving, so the variables in the game are changing. Every 60 seconds throughout the game, there's going to be different spawns. There's going to be different ways people are coming from. A lot more things for people to know. So yeah, I would say it has to do a lot with the game types. Also, I think the movement. I'm pretty good at, I guess, moving with the exosuit. I picked up on that early. I'm not saying people haven't, but I said my movement on fleek, I guess you could say. I don't know.
What did Pittsburgh say in the chat to get...
don't time Pittsburgh out.
Timed out. What? Twitch did it? Oh, did he cuss?
Dang it.
All right, next question.
All right, next question comes from Base God Vortex. Excluding yourselves and Optic Gaming, who is the biggest threat heading into regionals and COD champs?
Biggest threat heading into regionals, I would have to say... I don't know. That's tough because like that Optic Nation team. I feel like they're going to be a lot better than what Optic Nation has been in this game. I feel like they're going to be a better team, but I can't really judge them accurately because I haven't seen them play on LAN. So I guess I would have to go with Envy. I think Envy's going to be. I think they know what their mistakes were this event. I think they're going to go home and work on those mistakes, and they're going to come back and be a better team come regionals and champs.
Is the Denial Squad still going to be top 4 in your opinion?
Oh yeah, I think Denial will still. I think if anything, they'll like the same thing. And any team that stays together, that's one of the biggest things about team changes is, every time you make a team change, you start over from square one, and there's no working on mistakes because you don't know your mistakes. If you pick up a new player, you don't know the mistakes that player's going to make. But we can. My team can go home and say, we need to work on a hard point. That's something that we need to work on, so we have a base of what we're getting on and scrimming instead of just getting on and just to play. And Optic, the mistakes that they have, which every team makes mistakes. Optic can go home and further perfect their game. But teams that make changes just are like, well, we got to go to this first event and see what our mistakes are going to be.
Yeah. Optic will probably go home and say, let's just avoid TK in the bracket. We'll be fine.
But I think Denial will definitely be, the same.
Top team.
Yeah.
Do you know how many games do you guys actually have to win at regionals to qualify?
I think you got to win 2 winners bracket matches.
So if you win your first 2 matches, you're qualified.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. I think because we have to play strictly business to qualify.
Oh goodness,
that's your second one.
Yeah, it's fun. I think our first round we played against Realize, which was one of our very first teammate, and then the next round
play against Neslo.
Yeah, if us and Strictly Business win our first round match, we'd have to play against Strictly Business and play against Neslo.
Oh man.
But even if you lose that, you go to losers bracket, and then I think you just have to win 1 more out of losers bracket, and you make it.
So you're saying no matter what, if you win 2, you make it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's because that's how it went at the last regionals, and the last regionals had what it had. It had 16.
Well, it had. I think. Yeah, I don't think they had as many, but there wasn't as many qualifying. So
yeah there's 14 teams that qualify. So like
out of 32, yeah.
I think if you win 2, you're top. I want to say you're top 12, and you qualify. I don't know though.
That's
Who knows?
that's going to be an interesting tournament. I hope we don't have like an LV type of situation where we see somebody
I think you'll see one team. I think there will be one team out of the group like that'll just get upset. But other than that, you should see pretty much every top team.
Yeah.
Go
There's a
through.
lot of you guys though. Like the thing about all these team changes and a lot of the new guys, at least a lot of the new guys are young. Because I can't imagine if TJ and like Hook and those guys were in the rotation of these teams.
Yeah.
But looking at the teams that are in, there's a lot of good rosters like that should be at champs. And
Yeah.
I just hope it's not like an Owen or a FaZe Black or somebody that doesn't make it. You know, I mean, I really doubt it.
I hope we make it.
You guys will make it. Yeah, I don't see. I mean, yeah, you guys will make it. I think you'll beat SB, and then they'll qualify in losers. I really hope SB goes to champs. They've just been left out.
Sorry for those guys if they don't.
Yeah, they've been left out of a lot of opportunities they had to play. Didn't they play in like the semi-pro league?
Yeah,
they did. I can't believe they didn't make it to the relegation tournament. I'm still shocked over that. I mean, I think they had a good team.
They're missing a lot of
is it?
opportunities. Tomorrow?
Oh,
And the next 2 days after that. Supposedly, yeah. Supposed to start tomorrow. All right, next question, Fatty. Last question. Maybe.
All right, last question is from MLG Roster Mania, another STiKS fam member. I think you talked about this earlier, but what is your opinion on COD events not using booths?
I wish that they were there, just because it's more of. I like the feeling of the booth better. I like being able to wear my Audio Technica headset instead of having to wear earbuds for sound. And then the factor of playing against Optic Gaming, obviously you're going to hear the crowd. Pretty much the whole fan base that was at regionals was, the majority of it was Optic Gaming fan base. So, when everyone else is playing, it's just unless like a crazy play happens, it's just golf claps. When Optic's playing, it's like I said, that guy screaming, yeah, they're yelling at the other team, telling them they suck. It's cheers. Like someone gets a 2-piece on Optic, it's cheers all around. Like and you hear that through the mic. Sometimes the mic picks it up, and you hear that. So if you're in a booth, like it's just you and your team. There's no outside factors.
Yeah, it's
kind of reminds me of it reminds me of in Philly. Remember when Clayster's roommate was screaming? Oh, yeah. You guys were playing. That was so funny.
The TK super fan that event.
Oh man, it was so bad.
I saw funny. Pittsburgh said in the chat. He said, "I hope Revenge makes it." Revenge, Pittsburgh. If your team doesn't make it to season 2, I will be extremely shocked. Not to say anything bad, but especially because it's an online qualifier. Like Revenge should definitely make it through this relegation tournament that starts tomorrow. And be in season 2. So if they don't, you should just drop all of them. That's just my opinion. just drop your entire roster. That's tips from Kingdom. You're welcome. It's for free. All right. So moving on, we're gonna close out the show, and I want to do these interesting stats first, and then I'll close out the show.
I wanted to ask one more question.
All right, Hitch, go ahead.
All right, I like to ask weird, random questions. So, Sharp, can you please explain the classic term "this is fear" and where it came from?
This is fear.
Have you ever heard that, Kingdom?
I feel like I want to say
This is
Moho.
fear.
Yeah, I want to say that it was said like back in like MW2. There was like a video where Moho was saying it in a video, and then Nex used to do something on his stream. That this might have been where it started, where he would act like he was in fear and recruit people in pub matches and tell them that they were in fear, and like they would just go around screaming, "This is fear, this is fear."
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I want to say it was one of those two. It could have been just a combination of both. Moho could have said it. Next, propelled it on to be like, "This is fear."
It's like one of my favorite little sayings. I just say it randomly.
2 organizations that I miss in the community are Fear and Obey. I miss just both of them I miss them both having I just think the idea that was Obey was a good idea. I miss them existing just in the community. When I first started watching competitive COD, those were two teams that their names were flying around a lot. It was them and Optic, and it was just I miss those two teams existing, I guess. But maybe one day I'll forget about them and I'll be like, yeah, revenge, go. All right, so some interesting stats. The top KDs and these stats that are interesting are from a video that was uploaded by Optic Intel that I watched. That was hosted by Hitch a Ride, this dude that needs to get a haircut. All right, so
Disrespect.
top 3 KDs were Scump, Slasher, and Formal. Scump had a 1.45 in hardpoint and was positive in every hardpoint that he played. He was the only person to do that. Replays led in flag caps and uplinks, which I thought was pretty interesting. Formal, a lot of people aren't talking about this. This is the exact sentence that Hitch said when he quoted this. But Formal has won back-to-back COD League championships, which is pretty interesting, on 2 different teams. And 5, now this last stat I got from COD_stats on Twitter. 5 of there's 11 CTFs, and 5 of them had overtimes. So it's pretty interesting. And I guess before I close the show, Sharp CTF or no CTF?
I'm gonna say CTF. I like CTF.
All right.
Actually, I have another interesting stat that I think I don't know who tweeted that, but in that S&D against Optic, the team that drew first blood won the round every round except for the last round.
Oh, and that was the round you said Looney got first blood that round?
Yeah.
Dang. That's the round you needed that stat to count.
Yeah, too bad it wasn't a perfect stat.
You needed that stat to be flawless.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to go around and you guys have 30 seconds or less to say whatever you want to whoever you want about whatever you want. I'm going to start with Hitch. I'm going to go to Brigham, and then Lord Harry Sharpwinkler, and then I'll close out the show.
All right, guys. Thank you so much to Kingdom and Fatty and Sharp for having the STiKS happen. And thank you to all the guys in the chat and everybody that watched and supported all of the Optic Intel content that happened over this past weekend. It was just nonstop working. And so my computer's freaking out. Can you guys still see me?
Yeah, we can see you.
It fixed.
Okay. All right. Well, things are happening. Thank you guys for everything. And we love you all the time. Oh, and look at this shirt.
Yeah, it's going to take me like 10 minutes to see it.
Came in the mail today.
Stop rubbing your belly. What is
I need to get you some Mullen Nation gear, man. You can't be wearing
Yo,
that.
throw it to me.
Hey,
I'll wear it on the Intel.
No,
Intel site.
I'll wear it on the Soldiers channel.
Well, throw it to me. You can't say that and then not DM me. So
Can you guys hold on? Can I be seen on stream? Webcam working?
Yeah, I can see.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, never mind.
never mind.
Who's next?
Oh, we
Fatty?
see Sharp. Oh, Fatty, you're up.
I think it's me. Well, this has been me at Brigham Kendall, which is my name, formerly known as Fatty with the beard, shaved it off. And I gotta give a shout out to my straight razor because it makes my face feel nice. I forgot about what that felt like. So yeah, awesome. Thank you guys for being here. Love you guys. Whoa, something just happened. Yep. Wow. Way to go, goalie. You're detriment.
I'm the only person that didn't move.
Oh, sharp detriment. Anyways,
Blame the
over to you.
player. Sharp, go ahead.
Just want to give a shout out to the STiKS. Always have a good time when I come on here. Yeah, that's that. You know, just whenever you want me to come on, just DM me if I'm free. I'll come on.
All right.
I had like something thought in my head, and I just drew a blank. The whole game.
Yep,
Being
and
on a
that's
veteran
that's
kinda hurt my feelings.
Oh
yeah.
man.
Just shout out to the STiKS, man. Without STiKS, I wouldn't be a pro player.
That's so
Yeah.
true.
No pun intended, or pun intended, actually. All right. I'm Kingdom Soldier. I just want to thank you guys for continuing to watch the show. I think we peaked at nearly 1,800 viewers today, which is really good for us. It's pretty good, and we're traveling around 800 without front page. Appreciate you guys. I think we have STiKS EU coming up later this week. 1v1, it has been moved from Tuesdays to Thursdays. I haven't really announced that yet. I'm telling you guys first. But I hope you guys enjoy the little short videos I've been uploading. Like I said earlier, it just helps me to give you something every day. I think I've uploaded 6 videos in 5 days. So I'm trying to catch up to Sharp and subscribers. It's going to take me a really long time. But I'm going to get there, I promise. And maybe one day you'll see Kingdom Soldier at a LAN. It could happen. That's all I got. And I'll close the show by saying up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, BA, select, start. If you want 30 lives on Contra. This is your boy Kingdom Soldier. And
Is it only 30? Is it only
And
30?
Brigham Fatty Smiting Kindle.
Quick question: when is the Sharp player profile come out?
Whoa! This week wrapped it up.
As soon as humanly possible. Sharp actually, I sent Sharp questions, and he actually took the time to fill out the questions and email me back.
Wow.
I'm saying,
And you just
I haven't made
disrespected
the
him.
profile yet. I didn't
Hey,
email him.
it could come out next year. I'm just waiting.
It's gonna be a good one too.
It don't matter how long it takes. I'm
Waiting for
be the
TK to
best
win
yet.
an event.
Wait,
The
Maybe in another lifetime.
Oh goodness!
I'm waiting for you to be in an Optic jersey, and then I'll make it. It'll be like the week you join Optic, I'll put it on. No, wouldn't it be funny though? Sharp in the Optic house, that would be comedy. Like, just be honest. The TK house stuff is good, but that would be comedy. So, are you still living in the TK house? Or are you going back there?
Don't
Don't
I
know.
don't know, because I have a place of my own that I pay rent and stuff on. So, and I have a lot of furniture. That's like the main issue with it.
I guess it'd be
it's-
nice to live in a place you pay for, huh?
Yeah, but it's not even that. I pay rent for. I pay rent on it, and I have furniture in it. And I just can't there's not enough room in the TK house for the furniture I have, because there's already furniture in the TK house. Deathly, when he moved in, he brought furniture. You know, there was already furniture there. They bought stuff. So
You get a
that's
storage
like a
unit.
big problem. What?
Get a storage unit. It's probably cheaper than rent.
Yeah, then I gotta pay for a storage unit.
And he has to
Instead of
sleep
paying
on the
for rent.
floor, Fatty. He has to sleep on the floor.
Oh,
I don't know. I'll definitely go back to the TK house. It's just probably going to be not like a full-time thing right now. Probably during season 2.
Yeah.
We'll probably
You're going to
back.
do it before champs, right? Are you going to do it to practice to get ready for champs or not?
I don't know, because Looney actually left. The only player that's on the team that's in the TK house is Theory. Gunjar's at his girlfriend's house, and Looney actually went home after playoffs. So I don't know if we're going to go there before champs. We were talking about doing a pre-LAN, but that's all talk. That's been like talks for like a month, so I don't see that happening.
That'd be dope.
Yeah,
I think Brigham would cast if you wanted him to.
heck yeah!
I'd be
He
down.
would cast your pre-LAN. And I would act like I was casting, but basically I would just sit there and, say funny jokes or something. Anyway, this is your boy Kingdom Soldier Hitch, Brigham, Fatty. I'm going to have a hard time not calling you Fatty.
Yes, you can call me Fatty.
And Sharp TK, a.k.a. Lord Harry Sharpwood Nickler, superhero from the Underground Mullet Nation. And we will see you next week on the STiKS. Same rap chime, same rap channel. And one day, me and Hitch will battle. One day.
So
and
waiting for that.
and you will see a Sharp profile.
You want me to give you a few bars right now?
Go ahead.
I know.
Goldie, cut off the stream. Cut off the stream.